Let's now bring up senior reporter Olaide Oyewole for more updates about the process in Oyo State. Well, your last report said something or spoke about the exercise being good thus far. Tell us more about what you're seeing.
So far, the voters turnout has been mixed across polling units, depending on the area. So in some areas, the turnout is very, very impressive, while in some other areas, um, there is low voters turnout. For instance, I started covering from Ward 4, Unit 1 to 6, and I can tell you categorically, I did a head count before the election started around 9, and as at 8 o'clock, I was counting more than 40 people who are already waiting to exercise their civic responsibility. In other units too, in that Ward 4, especially the unit where the PDP candidate voted, there was enough voter turnout. And so across that area, there was enough voters turnout. However, in some areas, in fact, you have to wait for like 10, 20 minutes before you would even see one person to come and exercise their franchise. So far, the turnout has been mixed. And we expect that before the end of the election today, voters will come and exercise their rights.
All right, it's also interesting to hear, at least from the bit we have seen so far about the electorate or a cross-section of the electorate in Oyo State, speaking about the expectations for this cycle of election, by-election, which is usually done to fill up vacant seats that were hitherto held by individuals. But talk to us about what they expect this time around from their elected representatives.
So, of course, from what we heard from voters and electorate, what they want is inclusive representation. Someone who is going to go there and represent them well, come here back and do what he is supposed to do for the people in terms of empowerment, in terms of infrastructure, and other things needed by residents of this Ibadan North Federal constituency. So far, what they have been clamoring for is someone who is going to represent them. Well, we've been hearing impressive things about the person who occupied the position before, late Olaide Akinremi, and they have spoken so well about him. So what they want now is someone who will be able to perform better than what he has done while he was alive. So that is what they want. They want adequate representation in Abuja right there.
Right, and there's also been reports now of how security is looking, preparations even before the election started, and what is expected to be like with the IGP's directives to the rank and file in areas where the election is holding. Tell us what you're seeing in terms of adequate security measures over there in Oyo.
I can confirm to you that there is adequate security. I left the house around 7 a.m. today, and at that time, there were already security personnel on the road. Some areas have been barricaded, and you would recall that the Commissioner of Police has said it that the security during this election will not be taken, the security of lives and property of residents and voters will not be taken lightly, and they have done so far. Today, we have seen several barricades and places where movement is allowed. They are allowing people to move, and places where they barricaded.
Oyewole there, bringing us up to speed with the voting process in Ibadan. Of course, Oyo is also one of the states where by-elections are holding across the country.